morning, everyone. I am so excited today. I am Dr. Wilhelmina. My passion is wellness, and I help others to bring balance to their lives. So that's the type of information I like to bring. Each week, I bring wellness topics and beauty reviews, and I have fun doing it. So this week, I've got a guest, and it's Deneen. And Deneen, I've known a long time, since back
Mhm,
in early 2000, 2002,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
Right. We've
mhm,
known each other for a long time. So, and Deneen has a travel business, and you can see some
mhm.
links at the bottom there. So, Deneen, I'm about to talk a little bit about rest and relaxation, and then we're going to get started. Sound good?
Okay, perfect.
So the thing about rest, first of all, rest is when you're asleep. So
Mhm,
rest really deals with the sleeping part of your life. So I'm going to do probably a video another time on just sleep, and I have in the past. Did that with another business partner. So I'll do that sometime in the future. But right now we're talking about relaxation, which occurs when you're awake. And relaxation is the mind's way of rejuvenating, and it helps us decrease the excitement that you get when you have stress, whether it's
mhm.
negative or positive. So that's what we're talking about. So,
Yeah.
Deneen, we're going to talk about how travel can reflect on this relaxation part of our lives.
Okay.
We can
Okay.
do so. What do you think about travel? Tell me a little bit about you and your travel business.
Okay. So, like you said, I am Deneen, and I met Mina back when we were on active duty in the Air Force, right?
Yes,
Um, and we traveled a lot on active duty, right?
yes,
But
yes,
we traveled on orders on active
right,
duty, right? And
yeah,
so once I retired, I knew that I still wanted to travel. I just didn't know how. And then I was traveling already, and then the business kind of fell in my lap. And that's basically how I started traveling because I was already doing it anyway. So I was like, oh, I can determine where I go, when I go, and how long I go. Before you had to get them orders, them
yes,
CS orders or whatever, them TDY
yeah,
orders and tell you to go
yeah,
this place and that place. And now I write my own orders, right? And I get a
right.
little change behind it. So it for me, it just made sense. And I'm able to like show my girls different things. And that's
Yeah.
basically how I got into travel. I've been in travel since 2018, right?
Wow.
Um, and all through the pandemic, I was still in the business, right? Business
Yeah.
did slow down a little bit, but when something's your passion, you don't just stop because everybody else stopped,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
So, and that's
It
it.
was
I don't want to give you too much, but that's it.
it was the same way for us too. Here, being in Hawaii, working for the Army, my job is travel, so
hmm
I have to
hmm
travel to do the classes. So we stopped for a bit, but we
Because you
picked
was
right
just,
back
I just
up.
saw pictures somewhere. You were somewhere beautiful. I forget where you were.
Uh,
You just,
I was in Samoa, American Samoa, the last time.
yes,
I think
yes.
that was my last. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
the
And it was
pictures were beautiful.
It's
hmm
beautiful. Being in these places, they're not like top travel spots, but they're
They should
beautiful.
be though.
Yes, they're
Because if you
beautiful.
go there, you will understand the beauty of it,
Yeah.
right?
And the
A lot of
culture.
people want to eat. Hmm?
And the culture. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. A lot of people want to go to even Hawaii, but they only want to go to Oahu. Do you know there's multiple islands
Yeah.
in Hawaii? You don't just go to Oahu. There's
Yeah.
different textures in Hawaii. So,
Yes. Yes. And one of the most beautiful places here that most people say is Kauai. I love Honolulu because I'm a city girl. I love the city, whatever. But Kauai, everybody says, oh, they love Kauai. It's homey. It's not the city life. It's beautiful. There's things to do. And I went, I love the city, but it was still beautiful and homey. I know I love the city. And so there's other options. There's a Big Island, island of Hawaii, and
hmm
also Maui. Maui's a little bit city like, not a lot of big
hmm
buildings, but it's a little city like. So
hmm
yeah, it's there's so many options out there that people don't think about. So
right.
yeah, so this is cool having you on here to talk about some of
I
the
appreciate the opportunity.
yeah. I'm so glad because I was thinking, who are the people I know that are dynamic and will be interesting to talk with, and I just want to have a conversation. I might ask a few questions, but who is, and I thought about you and that that you and that dance you and your daughter were doing.
Here's the thing, Mina, or Dr. Wilhelmina. Here's the thing. Um, in real life, I would not just talk to people, right?
Yeah,
In real life, like I stay in my house a lot, and
yeah,
I get teased that you never go anywhere unless it's out the country,
right.
right?
Yeah,
So, but because of my business, now I'm putting myself out there
yes,
to let folks know too. Like if you are a closet introvert, you
yeah,
can do this too, right?
yeah,
Because if you look back, and I haven't deleted anything from my Facebook since I started.
right.
And if you look back, it used to be just words. I never even put pictures up, r- right?
Yep.
Because I was like, oh, the killer's gonna get
Yeah,
me stalkers. Oh,
yeah,
right. So
yeah,
I never did that. But um, that's another beautiful part of me being a travel business owner. It has opened me up in ways that I didn't think I wanted to be open or needed to be open.
right.
But because I am open now, I have the opportunity to speak with
Yeah.
you today. So.
Yeah, yeah. It will definitely stretch you when you decide to go ahead and do the lives and let your face be seen. Let your day that's not exactly the best day, you're still there and you're
Yeah,
doing it,
yeah.
but maybe not as much energy as you normally have. But to just keep doing it and putting yourself out there because like you, I have friends here, but I'm not out a lot. Ever
Mm-mm.
since the pandemic, I kind of shut down a little bit. And I actually enjoy being home and I enjoy doing the things I do at home. I'm not lonely. I'm loving it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got to get back out there too. I think I
So
need
do you get a lot of rest when you're at home? Because since we're talking about rest and
um
relaxation, do you prioritize your rest?
um I rest whenever I want. When I get home, it's just me. I rest when I want. Yeah, but I get to bed at a good time and I get a lot of rest. I
Mm-hmm.
get sometimes I get too much and that's when it's difficult. Too much
Yeah.
rest. Too much rest makes me sleepy. So I
Mm-hmm.
get that 6 to 8 hours every
Mm-hmm.
night. And that's because I go to bed at the same time every night. And I try
And
to
see,
protect that.
that's a good point, Mina. That's a good
Yeah.
point. So a lot of folks, and myself included, we have to make it almost a schedule. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So your body
Yeah.
knows that okay, it's time to go to sleep, right?
Yes. Yes.
I know my husband talks about me all the time. My phone is always in the room with me. That should never be, right? You shouldn't
That's
have your
true.
phone.
That's true.
Yeah. That interrupts your sleep. Because like
Yeah.
when I get up at night to use the restroom and I come back and I look at my phone. Why? Because then I'm like this,
Yeah. Why?
it's right. Like, so those are things we
I do
should
that.
not do. We should
Yeah.
prioritize our sleep and try to go to sleep the same time and get up the same time, even on the weekends, right? We
Yeah.
know all these things, but we just don't always do them.
Right. Right. Even right when you get up, take that moment when you get up in the morning to just be you. Do what you do. If you pray, pray. If you just need to meditate, meditate, or just have a cup of coffee and be on your own, and sit outside if you can, maybe do
Hmm.
that and just start your day off with that positivity, because when you grab that phone and you start looking at those apps, there's going to be either negativity online or maybe your email, you got your bills coming in, so you got all these
Hmm.
things that can wrap you up and get you wound up to a point of stress. So yeah, yeah, it's a good idea to protect your sleep, protect that time. But yeah,
Hmm.
so when we talk about travel, I want to just say the travel relieves stress because it
Hmm.
enhances your creativity. And I
Hmm.
tell you, when I travel is when I come up with some good ideas. I do on
Yep.
a regular basis, but the best idea I came up with recently, which will be I'll talk about it later, came
Hmm.
when I was traveling. I was getting on the plane, I grabbed a magazine, I got on the plane, and then boom, oh, I should do this. And I'm
Hmm.
running with it now and it's turned out so far good. And cuz for Verlene, thank you for all your comments and interjecting into this conversation. Anybody can. You can hit a comment. She says this is good. Same here with me. I'm the same way. And she also says she's loving the giggles between us. back back to travel, how travel relieves stress. It
Hmm.
also boosts your happiness. So you
Right.
boost your
So
happiness.
yes.
Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
travel is a great mood enhancer, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, a lot of people they travel just to relax, right?
Right.
I am a
Right.
person who I have never met a blue ocean, white sand,
Oh
fruity drink that I did not
no,
enjoy, right?
absolutely not.
So anytime I find some blue water with some sand and a fruity drink with a little stick in it, I woosah, I am
Isn't it?
good,
Isn't it?
right?
Even when the beach isn't white and the water isn't blue, like when I've been in
The-
Mexico and there's a black film on the dang sand, but I'm sitting on that chair, having that drink, having that food, they're bringing it to me, and I got an umbrella over me. Oh,
yes, it's a
relaxation.
great mood enhancer,
Yeah.
right? Um, travel it helps you escape, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like for at least 2 years in the pandemic, stress has been really high, right?
Yeah. Right. Right. Constant.
People were freaking out about their jobs and just if they're going to get COVID, are they going to die? Da, 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 da. The prices, everything going up. It was a lot, and it's still a lot right now. Things are starting to level out a little bit as far as people's anxiety. But when you travel to a whole nother location, you are able to check out and escape. Hell, you can even create a new persona when you travel
Yes.
if you want to.
Yes.
Who am I to judge you, right?
I don't have to be
So
Nina. I can be Candy.
you can be what? Shakira? I don't know.
My alternate name is Candy, by the way.
Oh,
I
Candy.
Candy,
Right,
and a couple of my friends can tell you that, but yeah, Candy.
right. So you can to say that, oh, I can't relax when I travel. That is when I do like you say, I'm most creative when I relax. I mean when I travel, and I'm most relaxed when I
Yeah.
travel,
Right,
right?
right, right,
So those are, I mean, I think travel and relaxation, they go hand in hand, right? Um,
right.
there are so many people who have what do you call those things? PTOs, the days you got to ask to take off. It's
Yeah,
called PTO.
personal day off or personal
Listen, I ain't
time
worked for
off,
the
something like
I
that.
haven't
Yeah.
worked for the man since 2017, so I forgot all that lingo, right? And I only did my civilian job for a split second. Like after 21 plus years in the Air Force and then going to the federal government, no, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm gonna figure this whole travel thing out.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good. So, but
yeah.
people have months worth of
Right,
those days and they don't take them,
right.
right?
You know,
It should be against the law. It should be
they
against
have
the
to
law.
use them. Use or lose for government. You use or
Mm-hmm.
lose if you don't use them. But I
Mm-hmm.
use and I add them on to my time because I travel a lot with work. So I add
Mm-hmm.
on days there so that I have time off. Plus, anytime I have down there, I am just doing me and relaxing and enjoying. The other thing is, in between those trips, I try to go home or go somewhere just to
Mm-hmm.
get that
Vacations
travel.
are great.
Mm-hmm.
Staying in your
Yeah.
local area, just getting a
Yeah.
hotel room for the evening, for the weekend or for the night. That's great too. You just needed to check out
Yeah.
from your everyday rigors of life,
Yes.
like of stress. Like
Yes.
for me, I'm I'm special. I had a baby in my 20s, a baby in my 30s, and a baby in my 40s, right?
Oh
So
my
I feel like I've
goodness.
been parenting forever. Right? So sometimes
Yeah.
I have to check out because I'm at this age, I'm still checking homework and
Yeah.
agendas and
Yeah. You need that break.
courses and all those things I did back in the
Yeah.
90s, I'm still doing.
Yeah. 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 And if you're high
So check
speed,
out.
I'm sorry, if you're high
Mm,
speed and you got all these things going on in your life, you gotta have that. You gotta have that relaxation. Another tip
mhm.
about a comment about travel relieving stress, it lowers your risk for depression.
And heart disease. I mean, heart attacks,
Yes.
rather.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm. Yes.
So I
So
gotta say, oh, go ahead.
for
Go ahead.
me, I know you see me online, but for me, I have to move. And one of those reasons why I move is if I, I know it sounds crazy, if I wear myself out, I
Yeah.
sleep well,
Oh yeah,
right?
that's true.
If I
Hmm.
sit around all day on the sofa, in the bed, doing nothing,
On
I
the
don't sleep.
computer.
Yeah, right. I don't sleep well. So I move every day, whether
Yeah.
it's walking, hula hooping, a jumping rope,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
yoga, dance, whatever it is, I move because I'm able to sleep
Yeah.
better. So
So tell me a little bit about that movement you do. What do you call that?
I
What
do
is that?
everything. So what you're talking about, I did a challenge. So I was in Nigeria for the summer, and so when anytime I go to the Caribbean or Nigeria, I gain an automatic 10 pounds. Never fail.
The food?
Right? Because okay, so I know this is a health segment, right?
Yeah.
But in a travel segment, but I'm not the person who goes on vacation and stays on a diet.
Oh yeah.
I'm not. So
No.
I want to experience the culture. I want to experience the food, right?
Right.
So I must taste it all.
I agree. I agree.
And
I
so,
agree.
but what was happening before is I was tasting it all and not really moving like I should be.
Mhm.
So that challenge dance thing you saw me doing, and I had my kids doing it, I had my
Yeah.
husband doing it. It's
Yeah.
it was fun, right? Because
Yeah.
we was using it as family time to connect, but it was also to keep me active, right? Um, I just I figure we can lay down when we die, right?
Yeah.
You ain't
Yeah.
gotta lay down there. You know,
Yeah.
I try to encourage, especially the ladies in my age bracket, you can still move. Oh girl, my back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
child, my knee. Oh, my shoulder.
Yeah.
It's gonna get worse if you just sit down, boo. You have
Yeah,
to
it
move.
does. It gets tight. It's tight. And then when you have to
Yeah,
use it, it's tight. I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I've been that person.
But
So,
the thing is, everything hurt me too, but I still move anyway. I feel better when I move, and I sleep
yeah.
better when I move. So it
Yeah.
all goes together for me. And then I
Right.
can do. I don't know if you saw. We hiked up this. It's called Aluminum Rock in Ogun State, Nigeria. We were like 175 meters up.
Yeah. Yeah.
We hiked that with no problem because I always move, so it wasn't an issue. Even my husband was like, "Are you okay? I'm good. Let's go."
Yeah. Yeah. That's high. Y'all went up
It,
high.
so
But it was
I did the challenge on the top of that mountain. I did the challenge on
yeah.
there.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
you
raining.
did.
Yeah, it was raining. The wind was blowing, but I was still
Yeah,
out there doing it.
still doing it.
He thought I
Now
was crazy.
what about Nigeria? Tell me a little bit about Nigeria because I know a lot of us are curious. All we ever see is the computer hacks and stuff like that. I want to
Yeah.
know what you experienced there.
So there's everything that's here, that's there, but they're a little behind in certain things, right?
Right.
So yes, there are criminals there, there are hackers there, but there are also beautiful, loving, vibrant people. Um, they're people that's very smart, business owners, like everything that you have in the US, you have there too. It's just different, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like everything about it except for like the roads and traffic.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that
That's
you
everywhere.
know how
Right.
no. Okay,
It's
so
bad.
Hickam, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you that. That's Hickam
Okay, I know
to
Hickle, the traffic.
right. So from Hickam to UH,
Okay.
that's a 4 hour trip.
What?
Yeah, yeah. It's
4 hours. It's really
it's
heavy.
it's bananas. It's bananas.
Wow.
So that part I don't like, but the food I like. The people are always very friendly. I love all of the smells, and I love how they're very family oriented, right?
Yes.
They really do honor their elders, right? They
Yeah.
really do honor the sanctity of marriage, right? We are more so on this side. Marriage is almost like a contract in a way,
Yeah. Mhm.
right?
Yes, it
Um,
is.
but for them, a lot of I'm not going to generalize the whole country of Nigeria, right? I'm just
No.
going to speak with the portion that I experienced.
Yeah.
Um, they just love people, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I just don't like the traffic in the roads. They need to do better.
Right. 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 Now, what about Ghana? Because I saved up, paid every month for a trip to Ghana, and I'm going to Ghana. So
When you going? Because
I
I want to go
leave.
next year.
I leave Thanksgiving.
That's right. I think you did tell me that.
Yes.
Nice. So
Yes.
you're gonna go on
So
tours there, right? You're gonna go to see different things there.
I think that's part of it. I did it through Travel Diva or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. We
um,
did have this time. You paid like
yeah,
last year. Yeah, yeah. We had this conversation. Yeah,
yes, because I
you're gonna
haven't.
enjoy it.
I am
Yeah, I
okay.
think
Good.
so.
Good.
But I'm
Yeah.
a person that likes exploring and seeing different things,
Yeah.
especially when our ancestors came from that continent. So I
Right,
like
right,
that kind of
right,
stuff.
right, right,
So
right.
I'm
Yeah, my
share
ancestors.
pictures, share pictures,
I will.
please.
I will definitely take pictures. I want other people to experience it. And that's what I do when I travel with the government. So other people can see and motivate them to get
Hmm.
out and go to places they never thought of and to see the things that I enjoy. It's not a boastful thing. It's just look where we're at. Look at this. It's beautiful. And some of the places are expensive. Some are not so much. Like you could do Guam instead of paying all the money we pay to come here to Hawaii. People come here. I mean, your hotel, it's comparable. Also, you've got the beach, and if you work through a travel specialist or travel advisor, you can get those deals, I'm sure.
Hmm. So let
Yeah.
me. We spoke a lot about Hawaii, mainly because that's where you're based at. And
Yeah.
I had one of my business partner. I was on the phone with her yesterday. She has a client that wants to go to Hawaii. The client is in the DMV area, in the Washington D.C. area, and she wants to
Oh,
go to. She wants to go to Hawaii for 4 days.
you can't come all the way over
Mind
here and be
you,
here for 4 days. It take
yeah,
too long to
I'm
get
it
here.
right. And so this is why people need travel advisors because it's like
Yes.
one, I used to live in Hawaii. So I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
going to enjoy yourself for four
No.
days. First of all, you got one day traveling
Yes, it
there,
takes 24
one day
hours
traveling
from
back.
there.
So you're gonna spend from the East Coast to Hawaii. You're gonna spend roughly 8 hours in the air, 7 to 8 hours in the air.
Yeah.
From the East Coast to the West Coast, depending on the winds, that could take you
Yeah.
4 hours,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hawaii is 5 hours into the Pacific.
Once you get to the Pacific, right? Yeah.
From California
Yeah.
to Hawaii, it's 5 hours,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nobody in their right mind, if they know what they're doing, would suggest
Right.
you fly from DC to
Yeah.
Honolulu in 4 days, because that means you only
No.
getting 2 days on
Right.
the island. And you and I
Right.
both know there's the luau's and the beach and
Yes.
Diamond
Yes.
Head and the Pearl
Yeah.
Harbor
They do
and the
all that.
submarine. It's so much stuff you can do, and you
Right.
won't be able to experience
No.
that in 2 days. So this is, and I advise my partner, like, no, it is your job to let her know that that's
Yes.
not a good move. And she had
Yes.
the money, so the money wasn't the issue. So I'm
Right.
trying to figure out why she wanted 4 days. So I advised her
Right.
to let her client know, no, ma'am,
No.
no. But anyway,
Not
I can talk forever. Go ahead. What's your next
not
question?
to mention, there's all the hiccups in between, which I've seen when I've traveled on the government
Hmm.
dime. Get somewhere,
Hmm.
it's late at night. You don't even take
Hmm.
off again till sometime in the morning. It's 11 o'clock where you're at, and then now you're like, "Oh shoot, I'm not gonna stay in the airport all that time. I'm gonna
Yep.
need a hotel or a better schedule." And so,
Yeah.
travel advisors can help with
That's
that.
that's important. So one
Yeah,
of the pitfalls of traveling is that people, um, a lot of people who book it on their own, they
yeah,
think that, oh, I don't want to have a long layover, so I'm gonna be here 30 minutes, 45 minutes. That is less
yeah,
than smart. And here's the
yeah.
reason why. So say you flying into Dulles. Dulles is in DC, right? Say you flying to Dulles. Dulles is a really big airport.
Hmm.
If you're lucky and you got your connecting flight right there where you are, you're good
Yeah,
to go. But if you're not, you only got 30 to 45 minutes to get to the next plane. First of
yeah.
all, it can take you 30 minutes to deplane. Let's
Right.
let's be clear on that, right?
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
have to embellish. You got to catch a train to the other side to do this and do that.
Right.
It's too much. So
It is.
that's a pitfall for traveling. Then it's another one is, ladies, I'm talking to you. We don't need 30 outfits for 3 days. I know some of my
You
divas.
know.
Listen, I saw this girl in the airport. She had 6 suitcases and she was only leaving for 7 days. I was like, the devil is
What?
a liar. Why do you have all them
Too
clothes?
much.
She wanted an outfit for each thing. And I get it. There's some
Yeah.
girls that are extra,
Yeah.
but she was also traveling by herself. So it was a lot for
Their
her.
whole. Yeah,
Right.
it's a lot because you're gonna have your carry-ons. If you got two carry-ons, you better be strong enough to pick them up and put them in the overhead, or put if you can, because if you get on the plane too late, you don't
Yep.
have there's no overhead space. So here you are standing there with two bags. One's got to go under your seat for sure. Even though they
Yep.
try to encourage you that you can't slip one in up in the overhead if you're last to get on. It's not there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then that's another point me too. So you have to check the bags, right? So
yeah.
overpacking,
Mhm.
you might be overweight, so that's going to charge more money.
Yeah, yeah,
Then if you get to the gate, oh, we can't check this, and then you got to check this. That might cost you too, right? So it's
yeah,
just, it's a lot of pitfalls that can be relieved if you know what you're doing, right? So I don't want to
yeah.
talk too much, but that I can talk all day about this.
No, no. And by the way,
Oh,
we do see
passport.
your comments, huh?
I
Passports,
don't
yeah, that's an issue.
listen, sugar. I'm trying to be cute and not wear these, so I can't see them comments. I can't
Oh,
see
I
them.
can see them. You got Berlin, we got Beverly Campbell, we have Sharon Judy, Melinda. We also have Telvi, and they're all making comments. So I'm just pushing them out so people can see the comments. I'm just pushing them out. But I'm glad to hear there's a nephew in Ghana. I'll have to look her up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the
Wait, there's
mom.
a lot of it's a huge Ghana's PR has been phenomenal over the last few years. It has been phenomenal. So I have no doubt when you get there, you will have a blast. And the organization you're going with, they are great. So you
Good,
will have a total blast going
good,
there, right?
good to
Make
know.
sure your passport and your ID and your visa have the same exact name. That's some
Oh,
free travel advice for y'all right there. There's
oh,
so many, there's
oh,
so many ladies who travel and their driver's license says one name, their
yeah.
passport says another, and then their itinerary or their ticket says what is go no, everything needs to match. It doesn't matter how much money you pay them, you're not going to be able to board the plane if your documentation isn't updated and correct. Oh, passports, make sure you have enough time on your passport and you have enough sheets left on your passports. And that's it.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay. Okay. One thing I know that sometimes they screw up on my name. Sometimes in some systems the A falls off the end. Or I've had
And
it
that's
where
why you have to check it. When that
yeah,
passport comes in, you check it. A lot of
yes.
people say, "Oh, I got a passport." They just throw it in the drawer, right?
Yeah.
And then when it's time to travel, like, "Oh, wait, it's missing the A."
Wow.
You
So
don't want to get there.
I'm gonna make sure I look at that today because I
Hmm.
want to go on my trip. But oh, that's great advice. Now the places I've traveled are mostly U.S. and U.S. territories.
Okay.
I've done Japan for work. Japan, I've done Japan and Japan, Korea, and Mexico. Those
Hmm.
all were great, but I don't want to get somewhere or try to go somewhere like Ghana and not be able to go because those aren't right. Good idea. Thank you. This is why you need a travel advisor. We've got her information going on the bottom. Oh, maybe I should say it because this is also a podcast.
Yes.
So I should say it's at, ooh, you want me to read that? I
Mm,
should.
you don't have to read it. It's
Uh,
fine.
yeah, but what if people who are on the podcast want a travel advisor?
They can find me on all my social media handles, right?
Okay.
Deneen Thompson Alfaruwe. The name of my business is Blissful Tours and Travel, and that's the name on Instagram, on Facebook as well. I'm on TikTok too.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can find me. I'm trying to be everywhere all the time,
Yeah.
right?
You sure are. I
I
catch you.
try, and like I said, the funny part is I don't even in real life. That's the same. I'm not.
Hey, that's all of us. I walk into a room like when I went to my reunion, and it's like shrink.
Yeah.
It's like, please, okay, say hi, but I don't want a bunch of conversation because I don't. First of all, I don't remember you, but the other thing is, I'm not even comfortable with that kind of conversation with conversation with people I don't know. I
Hmm.
just once I know you, we can talk all day, but if I
Hmm.
don't know them, I kind of shrink. So I know that feeling. So that's why I'm not like running around all over outside the house. But
But if you talk to me about travel or you talk to me about health and wellness, then right?
yeah,
As a matter of
yeah,
fact, that's how my husband got my attention, right?
really,
I met my husband on Facebook, and I was like, ugh, killer, stalker, get out my inbox. Like
spammer.
I was like, and then he started asking about my business. I was like, well, let me tell you something.
Oh wow! See,
If you talk to me about travel or talk to me about anything health and wellness,
yeah,
I'm interested. I'm
yeah,
interested. So
yeah. Okay. Well, we're definitely when I say we, and I have a habit of saying we, I mean me. We will have you back. I will have you back again for another topic, but this one I know was close to your heart, and I wanted to really talk about how travel can help with the whole relaxation part of the
Yes.
rest and relaxation. So,
Hmm.
thank you so much for coming on. We
No
had great
problem.
attendance, and thank you guys for all your comments, and thank you so much for interacting in the comment section, because that helps us know where we're going or if we need to bring up a subject. So thank you so much. And
So one more thing, Mina,
one more
if you
thing.
don't
Okay.
mind. So
Okay.
for
No.
those who follow me and that's on my Facebook right now, um, I need you to give me your opinion of this session, right? So if you are willing to give me your opinion, then I'm going to give every one of you all a 3-day hotel stay. So I'm going to look on my Facebook page and look for the people that I know that's following me. And if you are willing to give me your opinion, and the opinion is, for one, for me to be able to articulate travel and health and wellness better, right, to the masses. And then it's also for me to build my brand and be a better person in the travel space. So if you have some opinions you want to share with me, let me know. If you do, I'll gift you a 3-day hotel stay. And that's it.
Well, I love that. That's wonderful. I'm gonna have to give you some tips so I can get me my free hotel stay. No, that's a cheat. That's a cheat. But anyway, I'm sure Deneen will share the comments with me, so I'll benefit from it too.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm not giving anything. I'm just benefiting off hers. So, anyway, thank you so much, Deneen. I knew you'd be dynamic and interesting, and so thank you. It's so good to
No
have you here.
problem.
All
Peace,
right.
balance, and blessings, Mina.
Thank you. Um,
Right.
Same to you. So this is Dr. Wilhelmina. If you found this session helpful or interesting, share it. Share with a friend if you think a friend needs it. Come back and join us for the next collaboration. I'm not sure exactly which person I will have on. I wanted to do have them with my cousin, but we were having some issues with the connection. So we'll see what happens. But join me again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Deneen.
Balance and blessings. Bye,
We're
guys.
off. Don't leave, Deneen.
Okay.